Welcome back to Behind the Scenes at Channel 5. We're going to continue now with just a little bit more talking about news. We're going to take a little profile, a little behind-the-scenes look at what's happening in the life of one of our reporters, Bob Solarski. So we'd like to go to the tape now. This is Bob Solarski from News 5.
Hi, Bruce.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Bob, where you went to school, and how you ended up working at Channel 5?
I began school in the North Country at Keysville Elementary, Ausable Valley for junior high, MAI for high school, and Plattsburgh State for college. So I think I've hit every available local educational institution there is.
And how did you end up in the news department here?
I was in college, and I was undeclared as far as a major was concerned, and I met a girl who got me interested in communications, and I decided I liked it, and I simply made a goal to be an anchor at Channel 5 and a reporter at Channel 5. My aim, my focus, and in my last semester to finish up college, I began an internship at Channel 5, and a few months after that was completed, then news director Rob Mahalik offered me a job, and I'm glad he did.
What would you say is the high point of your day as far as journalism, and maybe what some of the low points or the middle ground is?
The best part of the job is being in the middle of things. Get your nose in the middle of everything that interests you, even some stuff that doesn't interest you. And if you're not satisfied with an answer, you can ask the question a little harder. And you have a pretty good grip of what's going on around you, perhaps a working knowledge of your community better than a lot of people do. That's my favorite part of the job, and talking to the people who make those changes in the news items. The part that is a little bit more difficult to deal with is some of those stories that happen around you are not necessarily good. Tragic news stories where you don't want to be there, other people don't want you there. Tough stories when people lose their lives, those are hard to deal with. That's the low point of any day, any reporter's day. Nobody likes to do those stories. And the deadline can wreak havoc with your day.
You're married, and I understand you have a baby.
I have the most beautiful baby in the world, Erica Morgan Solarski, who's just over 7 months old, and our first child. And any moment I'm not thinking about Channel 5 or here at Channel 5, it's devoted with her and my wife, and she's something.
Well, Bob, thanks a lot for taking a few minutes of your time.
My pleasure.
Bob Solarski, one of our, I think all of our reporters are stars in that they're extremely talented, very energetic, very devoted people. We seem to have had a lot of very talented people come through here. Comes to mind after seeing some of the CNN coverage during the war, Jeannie Moos on CNN down at the United Nations, Linda Scherzer in Israel. And why do you think that we've had these quality reporters? In fact, Dawn Fratangelo, who was an anchor person here for several years, now down in the #1 market in the country, WNBC in New York. What's the reason?
You don't think anybody would mistake this for propaganda, do you? I'll tell you what, I think we've been real fortunate at Channel 5. As everybody you mentioned, they've gone on to great careers. Others that you haven't mentioned have gone on to significant positions in the industry. As I said to many people, I think WPTZ today has more talent on its news staff than it's ever had before. And our job is just to make the best use of them that we can. But I consider us very fortunate now and in the past to have the quality of people that we've had.
One of the persons that we've had at the station, Bird Burdan, retired several years ago and now has come back and has been somewhat of a promotional spokesman for the station. He's going to join us now with an update on some programming that will be happening next week and will be a regular feature here at Behind the Scenes. Take it away, Bird.
Here's a look at some behind-the-scenes news at WPTZ TV. Daytime game show fans are now enjoying Alex Trebek twice a day on Channel 5. Along with his job on Jeopardy, Alex is now host of To Tell the Truth. Weekdays at 11 a.m. NBC has added the show Shannon's Deal to Saturday night's lineup. At 10 p.m., the show ran in several different time periods last year and was a critical success. Quantum Leap has also leaped to a new time slot on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Sunday Scoreboard is a WPTZ sports production and highlights local, regional, and national sports. There's a new host for the show. Mike Dardis has taken over for Blaine Applegate, who's been promoted to sports director. Join me again next week for behind-the-scenes updates.
Thanks, Bird. Bird, a a hero around the North Country. He's certainly spanned the whole broadcasting era of television. When we return, we will be talking about some more mail that we've received via our Peacock card questionnaire that we've distributed in Montreal. We'll be back.